What up, Dokkaners? We got some EZAs, and we got 3 of them. We got not only Turles, but we got his 2 banner units, the Almond and Rasin, and we got Rasin. And then we got Ricardo Diaz and Coca-Cola. So let's go ahead and take a look at these units EZAs. We're going to save Turles for last because he is the realest one, and he will be the most transcendent of these EZAs. I already spoke to Geppy. He told me y'all are going to like the Turles. So let's take a look at this guy. Basically, he is a slot 1 defender. Back in the day when he first came out, he was actually really good. So hopefully this EZA gives him more of what he is supposed to do, be a slot 1 tank. That would be huge for Terrifying Conquerors. Terrifying Conquerors has a lot of good pieces with these recent releases, but we are still lacking really good slot 1 units that can synergize well. Golden Frieza, Goma is good. Golden Frieza gets squishy over time. Can this guy replace? Let's see. Terrifying or Planetary Destruction 150%, or his super attack raises defense for 4 turns, cause supreme damage, and great chance of sealing super attack. So before it was a 50% chance, now it's a 70% chance. And he has a multiplicative defense boosting super. Okay, good start, I suppose. Attack and defense plus 250, planetary destruction, category allies key plus 2 attack and defense plus 40%, plus an additional key plus 1 defense plus 30%, and critical plus 15% for characters who also belong to space traveling warriors. Planetary destruction, space traveling warriors, of which neither one is Metal Cooler, right? I'm pretty sure Metal Cooler, which is annoying because he should be a space traveling warriors, but I'm pretty sure he's not. Obviously Turles is. I was just mainly thinking about this guy. He's not a planetary destruction and he's not a space traveling warrior. So yeah, obviously catering towards the Turles squad. Okay, so that's really good though. 15% critical. That does make, oh my god, you know what, we should pull up, let me pull up LR I suppose we should keep LR Turles and Physical Turles sort of handy now. Okay, then moving on here. For 1 turn from character's entry, damage reduction 25%. In slot 1, guards all attacks, damage reduction 20%. Launches an additional super attack with 4 or more key spheres obtained. Oh, very nice. Okay. Since he's going to be multiplicatively raising his defense, if you pick up a bunch of matching orbs, it's going to heal considerably. And now there's an extra reason to do that. In slot 2, attack plus 200%, launches an additional super attack, guards all attacks, damage reduction 10% with 4 or more key spheres obtained. I love this. Normally he's locked into slot 1. Now he has a function outside of slot 1 if you need to adjust your rotation. That is excellent. And it's not nearly as good. Well, I don't want to say not nearly. It's actually pretty comparable. You have more damage, you have a guaranteed additional super, and the conditional orb pickup affects your defense. This is actually a really well-designed alternate. I like that. When attacking, attack plus 150. Whenever guard is activated, attack and defense plus 50%, up to 200%. When there's a planetary destruction category ally attacking in the same turn, another planetary destruction attacking in the same turn, damage reduction 20%, and additional damage reduction 20% when there is another space traveling warriors category ally attacking in the same turn. So Turles. So assuming Turles is on the rotation, this boy is in slot 1, you are going to be rocking guard and 60% damage reduction with the additional 25% on the first turn. So 85% damage reduction and guard on the first turn, which is good because you can get the ball rolling with your initial few supers, and then after you multiplicatively raise your defense, then once you lose the 25% damage reduction, your defense stat buffing will sort of make up the difference. Theoretically, that is very good considering what he used to be, and considering the synergy that is going to come from having this guy with Turles. Don't forget, there are some links that really amplify the team. You get extra crit, Destroyer of the Universe, things like that. These are good. Oh my god, Destroyer of the Universe is actually, jeez, look at that, man. That's like Team Turles' own little big bad boss connection. So this is actually a really good, this looks great. All right, let me know what you guys think about this unit's EZA in the comments down below. How would you rate this one on a scale of 1 to 10? So far, Almond and Nutsack looking pretty good. All right, moving on now to Ricardo Diaz and Coca-Cola. This guy was a slot 2, slot 3 character with a dodge or die sort of mechanic and some damage potential with critical here. So let's see how that changes now with the EZA. We will. I'm missing one page. All right, I found it. So Ricardo Diaz, Space Traveling Warriors 150%. For the super attack, it used to be just raise attack for 1 turn, cause supreme, high chance to stun. So now raise attack for 4 turns, multiplicatively, cause supreme damage, 70% chance to stun. So same upgrade as the slot 1 Almond unit. Okay, and now for the passive, key plus 3 attack and defense plus 250. Launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. Changes STR key spheres to rainbow. That's good considering Turles is physical and STR is super effective, I guess. But Rainbow Key Spheres is good because that will help. There are certain characters on Terrifying Conquers that would benefit from Rainbow Key Spheres, I think. For 1 turn from the character's entry, it launches an additional super attack, chance to dodge plus 10%. Okay. For Space Traveling Warriors or Terrifying Conquerors ally attacking in the same turn, depending on whichever one has more. And it's not saying excluding himself, so he counts. Defense plus 200%. Oh, chance to crit and chance to dodge plus 10%. So that's 600% defense. 30% dodge and 30% crit. Man, what the heck? Okay. In slot 2 or 3, attack plus 200%, 50% chance to crit, 50% chance to dodge. So assuming all conditions are proccing, you've got an 80% crit, 80% dodge. Wow. When attacking, defense plus 200%. For every super attack performed, attack and defense plus 50%, up to 200%. When there's another Space Traveling Warriors category ally attacking in the same turn, launches an additional super attack. All allies key plus 2, attack and defense plus 30% for 2 turns. When there's another Planetary Destruction ally attacking in the same turn. So they are really leaning in on the Turles gang. And this guy he's got 0 damage reduction. So he is all dodge or die. On that first turn, you actually have 90% chance to dodge in the slot 2 or 3. And then you got multi-turn support. You got a bunch of combo power, 80% crit. This, okay, they did a good job. That looks really good. So once again, this Turles exists now in part 2. All of you guys are slowly accumulating those free rainbow tickets. So another friendly reminder, make sure you guys go into your game and forgot to connect my phone for a second. Make sure you guys do those rainbow ticket missions every single day. As of right now, on the 5th day of this whole campaign thing, you should have accumulated 17 total rainbow tickets, 10 from the free tickets, 7 from the EX missions. I'm going to remind you guys as much as possible so that any of you guys who are not otherwise playing the game should at least do the minimum work of logging in, getting those free tickets, because with these EZAs, and with the possibility of maybe getting this Turles alongside those EZAs, that could be a pretty good engine to run a Terrifying Conquerors squad, let alone if you include Metal Cooler in there. So, Turles, Physical Turles, released back in 2023. He had a good support back in the day, but it was conditional. He was an attack stacker, and he built up damage reduction over time with more attacks performed. If I remember correctly, even upon release, he was kind of dead on arrival. I could be wrong there, might be misremembering. But he did not age well whatsoever. And he has been a sore spot in the minds of many. And he also had a little bit of a heal there. So let's see what the EZA has done for our boy. This guy, I mean, we'll start with the leader skill, obviously. Key plus 1 is now added to the sub lead. So everything else stays the same, but this is great now. I think with it, dude, no new units now. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get back in those blue zone fights with the no new units teams. Okay, so here's our squad. Now for the super attack, greatly raises attack permanently, raises defense for 1 turn, much better. Causes immense damage and recovers 6% HP. So now you are stacking double, and we are getting some defense. That's good, because man, this guy with the damage reduction, who cares if you have no defense? That ain't gonna cut it. Okay, so that's really good. Okay, now for the passive. Activates entrance animation when there's a Goku's family or Pure Saiyan's category enemy, or an enemy whose name includes Gohan at the start of the character's attacking turn. Okay, fine. I can live with this, because at least this expands the conditions a tad, right? This is just too restricting, man. It's just too restricting. Pure Saiyans could be Broly, could be, you know, Turles that you fight, but that works. Okay, so perma boost, extreme class allies, key plus 3, attack and defense plus 18%. Very good. Attack and defense plus 200%, damage reduction 20%. Okay. When HP is 50% or more, attack plus 100%, defense plus 150. Launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. When attacking with 12 or more key, attack plus 150%, launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super. Okay, we got a couple of these. I don't like that. Launches an additional super attack when HP is 50% or less. I don't like that either. He's meant to be an attack stacker, permanent attack stacker, I suppose. To rationalize this annoying thing here, maybe it's because he would stack too much and be too strong, but I don't know, man. Just let him. I don't like this. Okay, whatever. Launches an additional super attack when HP is 50% or less. 1 tone. Oh my god, what the? 1 turn activation, 1 time only, attack plus 400%, defense plus 100%. Holy crap. So your first time that you do this, you're gonna have a huge attack boost to start. Okay. For every super attack performed, ki plus 3 up to 9, damage reduction plus 10% up to 30, defense plus 80% up to 240. Oh. After performing 6 attacks in battle, attacks effective against all types, launches an additional super attack. So there is your key to raising your attack stat more. When there's another space traveling warriors category ally attacking in the same turn, damage reduction 70% before attacking 1-time activation. So that means on your first turn, so theoretically you've got a rotation with Almond and LR Turles, let's say. So Almond leads the rotation, LR Turles is on the slot 2. Then your other rotation could be Physical Turles and then Ricardo Diaz in slot 2. And so on that first turn, he would have 70% damage reduction along with the 20% here. So 90% damage reduction on that first turn. After he receives those hits, then he will start launching super attacks, building up that damage reduction. You will never reach 100%. This will be gone before this maxes out. But once this maxes out, that would be 50% damage reduction with 240% extra defense. You would also have that initial boost here to sort of compensate for the lack of this. But he is still overall a slot 2 with minor flexibility capabilities early on, which is good because you're going to need some of that, typically during the start of a fight. Not every rotation is going to be a god rotation when you start a battle. You need to adjust a little bit. So this looks really good. He is building attack greatly, and his stats, his attack feels like it's gonna be, well, no, it's gonna add up. No, it's gonna be good. After losing this, it bums me out. I wish I could keep this. That's kind of what I'm fixating on. But this looks really good. Plus you get the pseudo critical effect. What's his critical ratio here? He doesn't have any critical in his passive whatsoever. So it's all okay. We might be looking at a critical and dodge build. Maybe a critical dodge build. I still wouldn't feel comfortable putting this guy in the slot 1 even once he builds this up, because 50% damage reduction, I mean, we all know at this point that ain't gonna cut it. But yeah, he's basically a slot 2 combo machine. But let me know what you guys think about the Physical Turles EZA. I like how this looks. The fact that he is a permanent attack stacker with defense makes him actually relevant again. And when you combine this with all of the extra stuff that you're going to be getting from this, because you're going to be getting 15% critical, you're going to be getting 70% defense, and then this guy is giving people attack and defense plus 30% for multiple turns. It's all going to pile on, and on top of all of that, we've got this dude's domain, right? Domain is going to give us 25% attack and defense, enhanced damage output on superclass enemies, and then he's also got his initial burst of key plus 2 attack and attack plus 50%. So I don't think, we might be looking at a close to a top tier team. Actually, we might be, I'm not gonna lie, because you got 4 Turles pieces. You throw in Metal Cooler in there. Metal Cooler, do these guys fit under Metal Cooler's lead? No, they don't fully. Oh man, they don't fit under Metal Cooler. They fit under his, and obviously his. Oh, this guy doesn't have any 220% leads. Ew. Wait, do you? Of course you wouldn't. Neither one of them would. Ew. Okay. But here, this guy fits Metal Cooler. Okay, so there's a version of this team where you're just focusing on Turles. So you would have double Turles lead, either this guy or the physical one, right? So double Turles plus the other Turles plus the 2 banner units. That's 5 pieces on a Terrifying Conquerors team running at a 200%. Or you can look at a potential squad with Metal Cooler leading, so double Metal Cooler with a bunch of defense rotating. Goma's in there. We are looking at the precipice of a new top tier extreme team. This is going to be a fun showcase. This is going to be a good, dude. This celebration, man, like I've been saying this recently. They actually kind of cooked with this celebration, just in terms of what they've been offering for such a typically lame celebration. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna shut up now and leave it to you guys. What do you guys think? Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, obviously leave a like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on the Turles EZAs. How would you rate each of these on a scale of 1 to 10? Out of the 3, I think I'm most excited for the Almond unit, just because we need some slot 1s, and so I like the fact that he fits that role very well. After that, I would be more excited for Turles, and then the last one would be the Ricardo Diaz. But let me know your thoughts on these 3. Do you think that they're good? Do you think that they're not good? Are you just gonna wait for the showcase? Let me know your thoughts overall in the comments down below. Also be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of us doing. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.